YouTube, Kurt Curtis. It is Monday morning. I had a pretty good weekend. I have 14 items going out today that sold on eBay. It is Columbus Day, however, so the post office is closed. However, I am going to go pick up everything from the storage unit, get all the stuff packed up. The only difference is I'm just going to drop them off at the post office tomorrow instead of today. But I just want to get a head start and just get all this done. Yeah, let's go over everything that sold. First up, I sold this DC versus Marvel card that sold for $1.99. Next up, I sold this book, Casualties of Peace. I don't remember buying this book. I don't remember listing this book. I have no idea where I got it from, but it sold for $18.59, so solid sale there. It'll ship media mail. Next up, I sold this Shazam glass. This is a vintage Pepsi glass. This ended up selling for $19.99. I picked up a bunch of DC glasses for like $1.66 a piece at a garage sale, so not too bad. Next up, I sold a DVD. This is pre-owned, ended up selling for $13.99. Next up, I sold one of these Hot Wheels vintage collection cars, Mustang, sold for $19.99. Those are always solid sales. Sold a PS4 game, FIFA 15. This is pre-owned. Had this thing listed for a very long time. Finally sold for $8.29. Just glad to get rid of it. And then next up, I had a viewer sale. My friend Don picked up some stuff. He's bought some stuff from me before, so thank you very much, man. He picked up this Venom Marvel 1990 card that sold for $9.99. He picked up the Carnage Gold Foil Signature Series Marvel Masterpieces 94 card that just picked up last week. He picked up that for $8.99, and also the Stained Live DVD or Blu-ray sealed for $8.89. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. All right, I'm at the storage unit. I have 5 more items to pull. First up, I sold this book set that I just picked up at the thrift store last week. I listed it right away. The Prophecies Begin Warriors 6-book set. Paid $2.50 for this. Sold for $29.99 pretty quickly. When I talked about that in the video, I was expecting to get 20 to 25 bucks, but upon looking at active listings and condition and everything, I was able to get more, so not too bad. Next up, I sold this lot of cards. Typically, oh, here they are. Typically, I would list cards individually, but these were just so obscure, I wasn't really sure if people were going to buy them individually. So I just lotted them up, and this lot sold for $39.99. I got these from an estate sale with an entire bag of other stuff for super cheap. So really good sale there. Let's see. Next up, I sold another one of these Memorex speakers. I can't believe these things are selling. I was expecting to sit on these things for like a year or something. And the reason for that is because there was lots of people who had them listed for cheaper than I did, but people are buying mine for some reason. Sold for $19.99. I only have one of these left now at this point. I think I started with like 7. And then I also sold a couple cards. Got this Spider-Man Marvel Metal alternate M card that sold for $5.99. Not too bad at all. I also sold this Supergirl card. This is like an insert impact, and this sold for I think $7.99. Let me check. Yeah, $7.99. Solid sales. All right, I got a little haul to show you guys. I picked up some sports cards from my dad again. However, this time I didn't purchase them. I'm going to be doing consignment on these. I'm typically not a fan of consignment at all. However, I do make an exception for my dad. So basically what I do is after fees and after shipping, whatever's left over, the profit, just split 50-50. I got a bunch of sports cards here. He always cracks packs of sports cards and ends up with a bunch of stuff. So I'm not going to go through all this, but if you like sports cards, just keep an eye on my store. These will eventually be in there. I'm not sure when I'll get around to listing them, though. This stack over here was supposedly like some of the better stuff. I mean, there's like a bunch of soccer cards. Hold on, adjust this camera. A bunch of like soccer cards. I know like soccer is not everyone's a huge fan of it, but these ones are supposedly better players. There's some autos and stuff. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff in here. Basketball cards. I think it's just, yeah, here's some more soccer. And oh yeah, there is some football. I didn't think there was football. There's some like autographs and stuff. Here's one of those cards with the jersey or something. Just a couple of those. Bunch more soccer cards. Lots of soccer cards. And let's see. There's some cool basketball cards. Just some like Kobe's and Jordans and stuff. These aren't actually real autographs. I guess this card company does like, I don't know. It's like a replica autograph or something. But they seem decent too. Historic cut, they're called. But here's like, yeah, some Jordans, Kevin Garnett, Shaq, Dirk. Some more hockey cards, Patrick Kane, jersey card, and baseball. Oh, there's some baseball cards in there. Didn't even realize that. Football. Yeah, just all kinds of stuff, man. So this stuff will get listed eventually. Oh, and also he had a couple Marvel cards that he randomly had from like back in the day. Here's a flasher. Marvel Metal 95, not too bad. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys that I picked all this stuff up. Yeah, hopefully it does well. It is Tuesday morning. Here is everything I packed up yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and drop the stuff off at the post office today since they're open again. I did have a couple more items sell, and these items just happen to be in the eBay room, so I'm going to go ahead and pack this stuff up and ship it off today as well since it's here. First up, I had one person pick up 2 of these Hot Wheels vintage collection cars. A couple Nomads. This black one ended up selling for $9.99. And the green one ended up selling for $8.89. So this person's total was $18.88. Not too bad. Going to save on shipping there. And I also had someone pick up the Spider-Man vs. Venom Marvel 91 card that ended up selling for $2.99. It is Wednesday morning. I have 7 eBay orders to pack up and ship out today. Let's go over what sold. First up, I sold this Hot Wheels car. Ended up selling for $10. Next up, I sold this Hallmark ornament little 3-piece tractor set. This ended up selling for $12.99. I have marked down that I got that for free, so that must have been like a throw-in or something at a garage sale. Sold a DVD, Ice Age, that is sealed, sold for $8.59. Sold another DVD, True Lies, that is pre-owned, ended up selling for $9.99. Also sold this Sentinels X-Men card, ended up selling for $1.99. At the storage unit, I have a couple more items to pull. First up, I sold this DVD. This is pre-owned, ended up selling for $9.99. This actually sold pretty quickly. Then I also sold this Wonder Woman and Black Widow Marvel card. This ended up selling for $4.99. What's up, guys? It is early Thursday morning, so sorry if I sound really tired, but I pretty much just woke up. But I am going to be shipping some stuff today, and here is why. I've had the same mail carrier for a little while now. It hasn't always been him, but it's been him for a long enough time now where I notice him. And I've talked to him because I'm just picking up my mail and stuff like that. And I kind of been wanting to ask him this for a while, but I just didn't really want to like bother him or something like that. But I just finally got around to asking him if he'd be okay with taking my packages so I don't actually have to go to the post office. And he said it was fine. I said if it was a pain and it made his job like a lot more difficult, like I didn't need him to do it. But he was honest and said as long as it's like less than 20 packages, it's not that big a deal. He said if it gets more than 20, then that's where it's kind of like a pain. I typically don't ship more than 20 packages. It has happened before, but most of the time I don't sell that much stuff. So, yeah, this is huge. I've seen other people on YouTube and Facebook groups and stuff that like they don't go to the post office because their mail carrier just picks up their stuff. And I'm just like, man, that must be really nice. My post office is not far at all. It's like a 1-mile drive, but I don't drop the items off and just leave. I make sure that they get scanned, and that requires me waiting in line sometimes. Typically, it only takes me about like, if there's no line, it just takes me 10 minutes to go back and forth. But if there is a line, it can take like 15, 20 minutes for the round trip and all that. So let's say it takes 20 minutes. That's like, and I'm shipping Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's like an hour a week. Not that big a deal. But if you look at that over the course of a year, that's 52 hours that like I'm about to save, which that is huge. So this is awesome. I'm still only going to be going to the storage unit like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It is Thursday today. I had a couple items that sold that I do have here in the eBay room. And since I no longer have to go to the post office, I might as well just pack them and ship them out today. Because I just don't have to leave. So I'm going to go ahead and ship a couple items out today that sold. Let me show you what sold. First up, I sold this hockey card. This is a pretty good one. With sports cards and just other cards in general nowadays, a lot of them are numbered. So this is 7 out of 10. So there's only 10 copies of this card just out there in the world ever. So unfortunately, this isn't that great of a player, but it's still a rare card. Very hard to price something like this because there's only 10. So you're not going to have much info on eBay. Like maybe another one sold, but there was no info on this card. I saw people had other cards listed kind of similar to this, but different players for around $800, but they weren't sold listings. So I put this thing up for $800, best offer, and I got like maybe 5 different offers between like $60 and $80, and I just declined all of them because I just figured this card was valuable. And then it was just nothing for months and months and months, just nothing, no offers or anything like that. So that's probably what this card was just valued at, between 60 and 80 bucks. I lowered the price to this card from $800 to $100, and then like a few days later, someone offered me $80, and I accepted the offer. So this sold for $80. That's not too bad at all. But yeah, something like this is just very hard to price. Just in case, I priced it very high and just accepted offers because I didn't want to price it like too low. Don't necessarily want to run an auction on something like this. You know, maybe you would, but I just didn't feel like it at the time. But yeah, solid sale there, $80. And then next up, I sold these vintage NFL playing cards. These are sealed, nothing crazy here. This ended up selling for $9.56. Sorry about that. I didn't notice it at the time, but I realized it once I went to print the label. When I saw the name, a viewer of the channel and my friend Don picked up those vintage football playing cards. So Don's been buying a lot of stuff for me lately. I really appreciate it, man. Sorry I didn't catch it right away, but yeah, thank you for your order, man. Hope you like it. It is actually like Friday afternoon. I'm usually up pretty early, but I feel awful, man. I was like throwing up all late last night, all morning, and I have no idea why. I don't know if it was something I ate or like, I got to figure it out, but I feel terrible. Unfortunately, I have some items to ship out today. Like with the handling time, you got to ship your stuff out. Like I have no other choice. I have 5 items to ship out today. 4 of them are at the storage unit. Probably not going to work later either. There's no way. So the rest of this video, I'm still going to do with my YouTube video. I'm going to sound completely out of it, and that is why. I did sell a CD, though, this Polka Lovin' Gal CD. This is sealed. The things people buy on eBay, like, that's why I pick up, like, weird CDs like this, because they're just, like, if someone does actually want it, like, there's not going to be many out there. I paid 25 cents for this. It took a long time to sell, but ended up selling for $14.07. Let me pack this up, and I'll make my way to the storage unit. All right, I'm at the storage unit. I have 4 more items to pull. This Marvel Metal 95 Dr. Octopus base card sold for $1.99. And sold this autographed basketball card. I'm not really sure who this guy is, but this sold for $6.99. Not too bad. Sold one of these Hallmark ornaments. This was a decent one, actually. This Barbie Dream House. This ended up selling for $24.99. So a nice little sale there. And then the last thing I have to pull is a DVD. Gilmore Girls, complete second season, sealed. Nothing crazy, sold for $9.99. It is time for the numbers for the week. Pretty slow week again, a little bit better than last week though. I had a total gross sales of $442.66. After fees and shipping and all that, my net was $286.41. That's pretty much going to be all for this video. I was going to talk about some other stuff, but I'm just not in the mood for it right now. Still not feeling real well. Stack dividends, sweep floors, drop elbows, list more.
Follow, sell high. I'll pick up anything that catches my eye. Pay 50 cents with a little bit of luck. Put it on eBay for $50. At that price, you can't go wrong. It's a whole box of Pokemon. The first edition Charizard in there. She asked me $5 for the box is fair. Hell yeah, I'll scoop that up. You mind if I back up my truck? Gonna buy a box of video games too, and all the bull shirts from '92. How much are the shirts? 50 cents? Yeah, I'll take the whole lot of them. Oh, you say you got more inside? Yeah, I can wait. I have all the time.